Hey, welcome back to Life on the Wrist. Hope you're doing well. So today we are going to be discussing the 5 reasons why I believe everyone should own a watch. But before we get into that, if you are new to the channel, we'd love for you guys to subscribe to us and give us a thumbs up. It'd be greatly appreciated. So my 5 reasons are literally, my verbal diary of why I think everyone should own a watch. The first reason is that for men, it's one of the only accessories that men can really wear. Along with having a nice pair of shoes and a really nice belt, a watch is really the only thing that kind of can differentiate you from other men within the crowd. It allows you to kind of give your own taste and present your own flair to the world, and kind of makes you unique. It will give you a unique presence within a larger crowd. So that's why I think men should definitely wear it, because it's one of the only accessories that they're able to wear, along with, as I said, a nice pair of shoes and a nice belt. For women, it's also an extra accessory that perhaps not many women wear. It's slowly becoming a lot more popular for women to wear watches, but it allows you to kind of, move forward and be progressive within the fashion world, and allows for you to differentiate yourself between women, because I know a lot of the times it's very hard to be unique with fashion being so accessible nowadays. So that's my first reason. It's one of the only accessories for men that they can wear, and for women, it's an extra accessory that can help you differentiate from the crowd. The second reason why I believe one should always own and wear a wristwatch is that you are paying respect to the craftsmanship that is watchmaking. Watchmaking goes back hundreds of years and is really a craft that is almost dying out. I know the amount of people who are looking to become watchmakers is slowly diminishing, and what better way of paying respect to such a delicate and time-consuming craft than wearing the watches that they are creating. And there are watches that are mass-produced and produced by machines, which kind of moves away from that craftsmanship. But at least you are wearing the watch and bringing people's attention to the art of watchmaking. If you are lucky enough to own something from an independent watch company, or perhaps from a company that produces all their watches by hand, you will be directly supporting that craft, that company, that watchmaker, and will keep this craft alive, just like any type of historical painting, historical book, sculpture, anything. It's the same type of thing. We're keeping that art alive so that other people now can enjoy it, but people later can also enjoy that craft. So that's the second reason. It pays respect to craftsmanship. The third reason is that a watch is a story that you can tell. At Life on the Wrist, we are all about the stories that your watches can tell, whether that be how it was produced, how you came about it, who owned it, the adventures it's been on with you, you name it. That's a story that you can tell. It's also a way that you can start a conversation with someone. So let's say someone sees your watch and they say, "Oh, it's a cool watch, could you tell me about it?" It's a perfect way that you can engage in conversation with someone, get to know them, and honestly find out about their life as well, because they will probably tell you the stories about that watch that will stick within your mind, and you will remember that person almost by their watch. I've noticed I've started to do that with some of my friends, so it's a way that you can do that. So the third reason is it tells a story, and again, probably one of the most important reasons from Life on the Wrist, because that's what we're about. The fourth reason why you should own a wristwatch is that you're able to pass that watch down to a kid, to a sibling, to a person who's special in your life. It allows for that watch, there's history to be passed on, the stories to be passed on, and it will become almost like an heirloom for your family, but also when you are long gone, this watch will be a representation of you, and someone will remember you by that watch and all the great times that they spent with you, but also all the great times that watch had been on, had seen. So it's also a really great gift. I'm sure people who are receiving a watch that was yours will be super happy to receive it, and also will love to share the stories of that watch with people around them. So the fourth reason is that you can pass it down to a sibling, a child, a close friend, relative, you name it, it can happen. So the fifth reason, and I think this is arguably the most important reason, after you can tell a story about it, is that you can get your friends involved, and the people around you can become involved in this hobby by seeing your watch, and it will create a community that you can be a part of to enjoy, this craftsmanship, the beautiful watches that come out of watch companies, and also the historical nature of these timepieces. I think a lot of people don't really understand this, but people are what make situations what they are. It's what makes a city special. It is what makes an experience special. It's the people who are around you, and the people that you communicate with and share memories with, that make an experience special to you. And that's exactly what a watch can do. Someone can see your watch, say, hey, I love that watch, could you tell me about it? They can then become interested in the hobby and then ask you to help them find their first watch, and then you can create this closer relationship with them through this thing that you're wearing on your wrist. And it's a very simple act, just putting something on your wrist. You create a connection with that person, then you start bringing in people that you know, and they become friends with them. And you'll honestly create lifelong friends through this hobby who will be there to support you in any capacity, whether it be in the watch world, but also outside of that. People, if you're going to school with them, or perhaps you work with them, or you are neighbors, the relationships that you form within this community will go so much broader than just about watches. And creating connections with humans is something that, that's what life is about, right? And I think watches are a perfect way that can stem that relationship and make this world be a lot smaller than it really, really feels. So number 5 is you can get your friends involved and create a community around you. So just to recap from the top, the first reason why you should own a watch is that for men, it's the only accessory that you can really wear besides a pair of shoes and a nice belt. And for women, it's an extra accessory that can differentiate you from the crowd. Same thing for men as well. The second reason why you should own a watch is you are paying respect to the craftsmanship of watchmaking and keeping the historical nature of this art alive. The third is that the watch that you are wearing can tell a story, whether that be who owned it, how you acquired it, the adventures you've taken it on, or where you think it might go. These are stories that you can tell, and you can keep those alive by telling your friends and people who ask you about the watch. The fourth reason is that you can pass it down to a child, you can pass it down to a friend, a sibling, a relative. It allows for that watch to stay alive. It brings someone else into the watch, into this hobby that we love so much, and that watch will remain even when you are long gone. And the fifth reason, and the most important, is that you can get your friends involved and create a community around you of people that you enjoy hanging out with and love the hobby just as much as you do. So if you like this video, I really would appreciate it if you would leave a like on this video. Also comment below if you have any other reasons why you think someone should own a watch. There are plenty other ones that I've probably forgotten, but I tried to sum them up in 5. I mean, it's just freaking cool to wear a watch as well, so that's another one you can add. It's a bonus reason. If you are new, like I said, subscribe to our channel. It really would help us out. And with that, I hope you guys have a nice rest of your day.